Now let's do some practice of some of the function that we learned before. So today I'm gonna do some practice on the SUMIF function and the other SUMIF with an S function. Okay, so let's start out with some practice for the SUMIF function. So here's the problem. The table below shows trout population in different bodies of water in New York. You're planning a trip to Waterloo, New York, and as an avid trout enthusiast, you wanted to know the total number of trout in the town. The SUMIF function has three arguments. The first one is the criteria range. The second and the criteria range and the criteria, and the optional third argument is the range to be summed. So click on cell G2 and type in this equation. So here's G2. So the good thing about this software is you can actually, it's acting like a regular Excel workbook. So if you can actually go in here and type in. So they asked us to type in equal sum if open parenthesis. Now once you do that, it acts exactly like how Excel, if you're in an Excel workbook, it's gonna work. So when you type that, right under it, you're gonna see all the criteria for that function, the range, and then comma the criteria, and then comma the sum range, right? So for this one, you want B to be B colon B, then it automatically highlight the town, right? And then you want what? You want the town to be western low, right? So when you type that, it's gonna check for western low, and then where's the sum range? The sum range is D colon D. So you're gonna sum the number of trout in there. So after you do that, you hit the close parenthesis, and it's gonna provide you with the answer. The answer is 283, right? So 283. That's correct, right? Going next. So for the next one, I'm just gonna use the Excel sheet on the bottom here. So you may not stay in Western Low for your whole trip, so you're interested in the trout total for the entire county. Modify your SUMIF function formula to count the number of trout when the county is Albany. Now, if you want to, you can check on my other video to see how to put in the criteria for it. But for this one, what did you think? Like, you can pause here, try to figure out the answer, and then come back, hit play again to see if you're right. So the correct answer is equal, again, sum if, right, open parenthesis, the range. So we're looking for the range. Now we're looking for the county, so county is in column A, so we can just go A, double quote A, right? So it's gonna go all the way to the bottom, because we don't know that amount, not like the number of the number of the number of rows we have. So we can just add the A to everything, right? Comma, and then what are we checking for? We're checking for Albany. So open double quote ALBANY. Remember, it's not case sensitive, so you don't have to capitalize if you want to. Okay, and then where are we summing? The sum range. So comma, and the sum range is D, double quote D. So once you do that, hit close parenthesis, hit enter, and they're gonna give you the answer, 6,399. So 6,399, and that's the right answer, right? So let's move on. So for this question, now you're only interested in the rainbow trout and want to know how many rainbow trout are in all New York. Find the sum when species name is rainbow trout. Round to the nearest whole number. Okay. Now you can pause and see if you can figure out the answer. And once you think you do, come back, and then we'll see if you get the correct answer. Okay. For this question, how you do is you again equal. Type in the formula sum if open parenthesis. Now you're looking for the sum if it's a rainbow trout, right? So where are you looking at? You're looking at the type of trout. So the species. Species is in column E, so you go E, double quote E, right? Comma. What are you looking for? Rainbow trout. So RAINBOW. T-R-O-U-T, double quote, comma, right? And then where is the sum range? The sum range is in column D again. So D, double quote, D. Close parenthesis, hit enter, and that's the amount. Now they said to round it to nearest whole number, so we can go 450415 because it's 0.9, so round it up to 5. Hit enter, and that's the correct. Hit continue. Okay. Now, how many trout are in Allen Lake? This one's quite easy. Similar to the other stuff, the other equation. So just pause here. Try to figure out if you have the right answer. Once you think you do, then come back. Right? Okay. So this is how you get the answer. Equal sum if, open parenthesis. What are you looking for? You're looking for Allen Lake, right? So Allen Lake is in the body of water. So it's gonna be in C. C, so C, comma, double quote, Allen Lake, double quote, comma, and then what are you adding up? You're adding up column D, which is the number of trout. So D, double quote, D, and close parenthesis. Hit enter. You got 4,280 trout in Allen Lake. Enter. Right? Next, let's see. You decide you only want to fish in creeks. Use wildcard batching to find the total number of trout in body of water and that end in creeks. Hint: water body name is equal to, open parenthesis, double quote, wildcard creek, double quote. If you need a review for the wildcard character, you can watch one of my other video about wildcards. So for this one, let's pause here, and again, once you think you got the right answer, come back and then see if you get it right. Okay. So to get the right answer, again, equal sum if, right? Again, case sensitive, not case sensitive, so you can just type it like that. Open parenthesis, the range. So what's the range that you need to check? The range is the body of water. So it's gonna be C, double quote, C, comma, and what are you checking? You're checking if it's n in creeks, right? So double quote, the wildcard character that it's more than one character. This is like multiple character, so you use the asterisk. If it's one character, you use a question mark. Multiple character, you use asterisk, and then it end in creek. Again, it's not case sensitive. You can type like under. You can just type like lowercase if you want to. Okay. So and then close parenthesis. Close double quote, comma, and then what are you adding? You're adding the fish in the creek. All right. So it's D double column D, right? Close parenthesis and hit enter, and that's the number of trout in creeks, right? So it's gonna be 458,103. Enter. There we go. All right. Next, how many trout are in river? Okay. So same thing with the last example. It's gonna be very similar. Pause here. Once you think you get the answer, you got the right answer, come back and see if it's right. So here you go. Equal sum if, open parenthesis. What are you looking for? You're looking for rivers, right? So river is gonna be in column D. C again. C, double quote, C, comma. How are you gonna check for rivers? You're gonna go double quote, wildcard, river, double quote, comma, and what are you adding up? You're adding up the number of trout in column D. So D, column D. Close parenthesis. Enter. So that's the number of trout in rivers. 394012. Right? Next. How many trout are in ponds? Round to the nearest whole number. So just pause, think of the answer, and then come back. Okay. So for pond, equal sum if, right? Body water, so it's gonna be C colon C, comma, double quote, wildcard, pond, right? Double quote, comma, D colon D, close parentheses. right? So that's all ponds. Enter, and you see there's a rounding, but since it's like 57,400, no, rounded to the near whole number, it's gonna be 57400. Okay, enter. There we go. So that's it for some practice for the SUMIF function. So again, once you use this function for a while, you're gonna get the hang of it, and it should be very easy for you to to find whatever kind of like answer you wanted to find. Okay, and then the next one is, let's go to the next one. So for the next practice, we're gonna go to the SUMIF function practice, right? So here you go. So for the SUMIF function, the first argument is the range of number to be summed, and the remaining argument are all pairs of cells, range, and criteria. So for example, to find the total number of brown trout in Albany County, try typing in the following formula in cell G2, right? So in G2 again, equal SUMIF, but make sure you have an S here, right? Open parenthesis. Now this one is a bit different because this one, the sum range is in front. So what are you summing? You're summing D, right? So you're summing the number of trout. So D, colon, D, right? Comma, and then what are you checking? You're checking A, colon A, which is the county, and then the county needs to be Albany, double quote, comma, and then what else are you checking? You're checking if it's a brown trout, right? So it's E, colon E, comma, open double quote, BRO brown, space, TROUT. Now be careful because if you put too much space, it might not match. So make sure very careful with the right number of space. Okay. So once you get that done, just hit enter. It's gonna return 4,404. So 404 for the number of brown trout in Albany County. Right. There we go. Next. So find the total number of brown trout in Genesee River. So here you should pause, and once you think you got the right answer, come back and hit play again to check the answer. Okay, in order for you to find the total number of brown trout in Genesee River, gonna go equal SUMIF with an S again, open parenthesis, right? The sum range, so it's gonna be where the number of trout, so D, colon D, right, comma. And then now you're gonna put in the pair of criteria, right? So the first criteria is it's gonna be in the Genesee River, which is gonna be the water body. So it's gonna be in C, colon C. That's where the water body is, comma, and what water body is. Is it double quote, right? GENESEE space river, double quote, comma, and what's the other criteria? The other one is brown trout. So for the species, it's gonna be E, colon E, comma, double quote, brown, space, trout, double quote, close parenthesis. Again, remember to close your parentheses. So in Excel, it's very good because whenever you type in a parenthesis, it's gonna highlight it a certain color, so you know if you have enough pair or not. So that's something that you should be aware of. Right? Anyway, enter, and that's the number of brown trout in Genesee River. Okay, so it's a 12524. There we go. Continue. As find the total number of rainbow trout in Broome County. Okay, so here again, pause. Once you think you got the answer, I'll come back and check it. So to get the right answer, equal SUMIF with an S, open parenthesis. The sum range is going to be again D, colon D, space, comma, and then we're looking for the county, Broome County. Okay, so county is in column A, so A, double quote A. What are we looking for? We're looking for Broome, so it's like double quote BROOME, double quote, comma, and then what are we looking for? The species is rainbow trout, so E, colon E, comma, double quote, rainbow, space, TROUT. trout, double quote, and then close parenthesis, and then hit enter. The total number of rainbow trout in Broome County is 20,785. Hit enter. There we go. That's correct. Next. Okay, you decide you only like fishing in lakes. So you want to find the total number of brown trout in any body of water that end in the word lake. Hint, body of water should be equal to double quote, wildcard, lake, double quote. Okay? So again, pause here and try to figure out the answer, and once you think you do have the answer, come back to check. Okay? So to get the right answer, equal, start out with the, of course, I'll start with the formula with an equal. Type in sum if with an S, open parenthesis. The sum range is going to be D, right? D colon D, comma. And what we're looking for? We're looking for so brown trout. We're looking for brown trout. Brown trout, it's going to be a species, so you can put E colon E, comma. And then next one is going to be, double quote, brown trout, double quote, comma. That's the first criteria. The second criteria is in the body of water that end in lake. So body of water body is going to be in column C. So C, double quote C, comma, and then double quote, wildcard, lake, double quote, and then close parenthesis. So that's going to be the second criteria, something that end in lake, because it's going with the water body. So enter. You ended up with 113,880 brown trout in the lake. There we go. Next, find the total number of brown trout in any body of water that end in the word lake in Albany County. So there's three criteria here. Again, pause. Once you think you got the right answer, come back and check. Okay, so let's tackle it one at a time. Again, equal, sum if with an S, open parenthesis. Which one is the sum range? Again, it's D colon D. That's the sum range, comma. The first thing we want to look at is brown trout. So E colon E, comma, double quote, brown, space, trout, double quote, comma. In any body of water that end in the word lake, so body of water and lake is C, so C colon C, comma, and then lake, ending in lake, so it's double quote, wildcard, lake, double quote. That's the second criteria. And then we have a third one this time, which is Albany County. So we have to add in the county. So it's A, double quote, A, comma, double quote, sorry, A, colon A, comma, double quote, Albany, double quote, and then that's the third criteria and the last one. So now we can close up the formula with a close parenthesis and hit enter. So you ended up with 2,418 brown trout in a body of water that end in a lake in Albany County. There we go. Okay, so find the number of brown trout in any body of water that end in the word pond, round to the nearest whole trout. So right here, just pause. Once you think you got the right answer, come back and check. Okay, so for this, again, equal, sum if, open parenthesis. The sum range is going to be D colon D, comma, and then what are we looking for? Again, brown trout, so the species E colon E, comma, and then what is it? A double quote, brown trout, double quote, comma, and then what are we looking for next? The body of water, the water body, so it's going to be in column C, so C colon C, comma, double quote, and then it's ending in the word pond, so you have to do the wildcard, multiple character wildcard, and then pond, double quote, and then that's the last of the criteria, so you can close with the close parenthesis. Hit enter, and you have the answer there, 254,000, 25,464. 25,464. And because the 0.3 is less than 0.5, so you round it down. So hit enter. There we go. Next, find the total number of brown trout in any body of water that end in the word creek in Broome County. Round to the nearest whole number. Again, pause. Once you think you got the right answer, come back and double check. Okay. So here you go. Equal sum if with an S, open parenthesis. Again, you check, you're adding up the number of trout. So it's D, colon D, comma. The first criteria is species, so E, colon E, comma. Double quote, round, space, trout, double quote, comma. Body of water ending in the word creek. So body of water C, colon C, comma. Double quote, wildcard, creek, double quote, comma. That's the second criteria. And then now you're doing the third one, which is Broome County. So it's A, colon A, comma, double quote, B-R-O-O-M-E, Broome County, double quote. And then now you can close up with the close parentheses. So your formula is finished. So hit enter and it's going to give you the answer for it. So the answer is 3,335. Now we're not interested in the answer, the exact answer per se in here, but what we're interested in is the formula that gave you the answer, which is right here, right? So that should be it for the practice for the SUMIF and the SUMIF with an S function. So if you like this video and want more tips, please subscribe to the channel and I will upload more videos throughout the weeks. Okay, thank you and see you next time.